once in a while, I'm on Facebook or Instagram, YouTube or Reddit, and I come across a post that I have a lot of opinions on, but I don't want to be all up in the comment section typing out my opinions. So why not just go over them on here? So I came across a post. It's an unconventional post, and I feel like I should read it to you and then give my opinions on it, my multiple opinions, and my thought process on this whole entire situation. So let me read it to you first. This is a GoFundMe post. It says, "Hi everyone, we are Julia and Mark, and we have a unique love story to share. We are siblings who have found deep, genuine love for each other. We know this might be unconventional and challenging for some to understand, but our love is pure and strong. We've decided to take a courageous step to get married and share our lives together openly and honestly. We are launching this GoFundMe campaign to help cover the costs associated with our wedding and to raise awareness about the acceptance of all forms of love. Our journey hasn't been easy. We face societal judgment and legal hurdles, but we believe that love is love, and everyone deserves to be with the person they truly love. Your support will help us with wedding expenses, from the venue to the officiant. We want to create a beautiful ceremony to celebrate our love. Legal fees. Navigating the legal challenges of our union requires significant resources. Advocacy and awareness. We aim to use part of the funds to promote awareness and understanding of sibling love through educational campaigns and partnerships with advocacy groups. We know this is a sensitive, controversial topic, but we believe in the power of love and the right to choose who we love. By contributing to our campaign, you are helping us fight for our right to love freely and supporting a movement for broader acceptance and understanding. Thank you for taking the time to read our story. Any contribution, no matter how small, will bring us closer to our dream and help us pave the way for others in similar situations. Together, we can create a world where love knows no boundaries." I know people who are not even in contact with their siblings. They don't even like their siblings, nevertheless have this level of love for their siblings, right? And I do understand this is not a societal norm thing. But my thought process is like, where can you go with this? There's multiple ways I think about this, right? If you want to create a family out of this, there's definitely something wrong with it, in my opinion, right? And you do or don't have to agree with it. But from the science point of view and from studies show that offspring created from incest, they have a higher chance of mental and physical disabilities. And so from that perspective, you're wrong. Like, from that perspective, you're now affecting another life that chances are they're going to have to be born and be part of life living with this mental or physical disability that you probably walked into knowing this was an issue. The chances are, if you're a certain age and people know you're doing this, this may have been brought up multiple times. And so if you have offspring, you're affecting another life, an innocent life. And that is definitely messed up. Now, if you look at it from a perspective of you don't want any kids, you're not going to have any kids, then who does it affect? I mean, it affects your family, because they're going to feel shamed and embarrassed. And it's not, it didn't say they were half siblings. They're not even half siblings. They are from the same mom and dad biologically. They're not cousins, like 4 times removed. They are full siblings. So what 8 billion people in the world? You couldn't find anyone else? But a thought did cross my mind. This, and I'm not saying this is what happened or this is right, but I was thinking, what if, as they're growing up as kids, they went through a very tragic, catastrophic ordeal, or they grew up in horrible circumstances, and they were always there for each other, and through that they created this love for one another. And maybe that's where it's coming from, and they really need to understand that that is different from what they think it is. I just couldn't imagine being in love with my sibling like that. Like there's like friendship, there's different levels of love. There's family, friendship, and your partner, where you might love them but not be in love with them. And there's a difference, and there's just like trying to think about it from their point of view. And I always try to be like, where could this have come from? I mean, there's always, it's not like they tell you their whole entire backstory, but I'm just like, okay, who can it affect? You have offspring that's definitely going to affect an innocent life, and that would be wrong. But if you don't, then it affects your family and everything. And there's times where people be like, whether or not my lifestyle affects my family, I really don't care. It's my life, you know? So if it's two consenting adults, then whatever, get over it. I just wouldn't, because I don't see me ever doing that, I'm just like, and of course, like you said, societal norms. Like we've been taught not to do that. I just couldn't imagine me doing that. Like I couldn't imagine. And so, but beyond that, if you look at the amount of money they raised, um, from that post, at least at the time that I'm reading it from there, that they raised almost half of what their goal was. Their goal was $500,000, and they raised almost half of that from that reading. And if I could find their post again, I'm going to see from today, June of 2024, if they passed their goal. Because then I'm like, where are they getting this money from? That means a lot of people agree with them. And I've never actually been on a GoFundMe website, so I'm not constantly looking for people to fund. So I'm like, how would people have even found this? I'm assuming they might be part of like a group, like incestual group of people who are like in love with their family members, and they actually have a relationship. And there's like groups of people who are doing this, and they're helping fund them to beat these legal battles and become legally married. I mean, there's a group for everything. So they raised a lot of money. So either this is real, and they really love each other and really want to get married, or they're playing people and they just raised $250,000. Either way, it's crazy in my opinion. Like, what do you think? Tell me what you think. Because I always have a lot of opinions and thoughts running through my mind when I read a lot of posts like this, and I can go back and forth and try to find it and try to understand it and try to, go from one end to another on a topic, but I'm just talking to myself. So, like, what do you think?
A few moments later.
All right, editing Aurora is back, and I wanted to say real quick that I went to go look up this story on the actual GoFundMe page, and the only one I was able to find was a post saying that they raised $10,000 from a different person. The same exact story. So yeah, I feel like this is not a true story. This type of stuff does happen in real life. but I'm not sure if this is a true story. Either their post got taken down on GoFundMe and somebody created another one, or if their post is just not a true story, or somebody like screenshotted their post and added on to the amount of money that they had raised. Something's happening. I don't know. I did see little news articles on it, but nothing from any serious news websites. So it's probably not a true story, but it is a topic that has happened in real life. So still, but I just want to bring that up, to say like I'm pretty sure this particular story might not be true, or their post was taken down. One or two.